Perfect. Well, hello, and welcome to this Enterprise National League South fixture, Hampton Richmond Borough against Chippenham Town. I'm here with Jack Lonergan. How are you, Jack?
I'm doing very well. How are we?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I've just finished watching the Arsenal game, which is obviously a good result as a non-Arsenal fan, at least.
Yet another twist in the title race tale.
Yeah, how's your week been?
Not bad. Obviously, short week. Busy Easter, full of football, full of non-league football. The game, when we were here last Friday, just over a week ago, great win, and then on our travels to Maidenhead, not quite the same result.
Yes, of course. Like this time last Friday, we had Farnborough here at the Bev. A good 3-1 win for us. Daniel Nkrumah with a brace, Kwaku Frimpong with a lovely goal. You might have seen the highlights going up late last night. But then it was, unfortunately, on the Monday, a 2-1 defeat to Maidenhead. So, Jack, tell me about that game. I was unfortunately not able to make it, but you were. Tell me what happened.
Yeah, so obviously going into the game off a really, really good win, one step closer to securing safety. The vibes were positive, but everyone knew that Maidenhead would be a tough task. Maidenhead, a really good side, probably one of the best I've seen at the Bev. When we played them in the reverse fixture, it was Dowse's first game back in December. They won 3-1 here. Got some really good players up front. So we knew it was going to be a test. They're pushing for playoffs. They're fighting for everything. Every game matters just as much as it does down here. But the game kind of got off to a dream start. There was an early red card. Nana Boateng went through on goal. It got clipped or pulled back. Referee gave the red. And then there was a period of dominance, basically the opening 20 minutes. Sometimes, teams fail to capitalise, but we did. Harry Gardner played a really, really neat 1-2 with Daniel Nkrumah on the edge of the box. Was through one-on-one, made no mistake, and it looked like it was going to be a dream day, continuing a great long weekend for the Beavers. But sadly, it wasn't to be. There was a penalty given away very, very softly, in my opinion. It almost felt that the referee wanted to make up for the red card, which some people thought was in itself a dubious decision. So Maidenhead got back in it. They defended really diligently, basically held on till half time, and then we looked a little toothless, to be honest. I think we ran out of ideas. They were really compact, really well drilled, the Magpies, in front of a really good home crowd, must be said, and we brought a fair few on our travels too. But then it was a defensive error for the second goal. David Lonking gave the ball away, got it nicked off his toe by Mitchell Lawson, who actually won the penalty as well. I think he got in the National League South Team of the Week for his performance. Josh Umera was there on hand to put away the square ball for his double. And that was that, really. Once they had something properly to defend, they didn't even need to go on the counter and try and nick that second. Once they were gifted the second, they defended super compactly. It was basically attack v defence for the majority of the second half, but we couldn't find that final ball. There were a couple really good saves, to be fair, from their keeper, who's kept 16 clean sheets in the league. Really, really imposing Dutch keeper who just signed a new contract with them. Jordi van Stappershoorn, his name is. Really, really good goalkeeper. But still, that being said, we probably didn't do enough, and it was a disappointing performance, especially given the circumstances. And I don't know if you caught Dowse's post-match interview, but he was very frustrated, very angry. He was honest, though, as well. It was an honest interview. He said there'd be changes today, and there are a fair few.
Yeah, 100%. Touching on the changes, shall we run
Absolutely.
through the lineups?
Sure.
Do you want to run us through? Do you want to do the home team and then I'll do the away team?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Perfect.
So the now familiar face of Marcus Dewhurst in goal. Last time we were here, made that wonderful penalty save to secure that 3-1 win. 3-2 would have been flattering for Farnborough. So very happy he managed to save that. Edwino Vaz at left wing back. Centre backs will be Lou Fernandez, Alan Massey, and Aaron Lacey. If we are playing a 3, that remains to be seen just yet, but I suspect we are. Or actually, it might be a 4 because I can't see a natural right wing back in there. In the midfield, Mike Atkinson and Kwaku Frimpong come back in. Obviously, Kwaku Frimpong, arguably one of the men of the match, or the man of the match against Farnborough, but was left out due to the loan rule. At least that was the impression I got. He was name dropped, as well as Louis Fernandez, by Alan Dowson in that post-match interview, saying they would come back in, and they have, including Mike Atkinson. So it will be Mike Atkinson, Kwaku Frimpong with Kretschmar in front. Then we have Brendan Kiernan and Nkrumah. Daniel Nkrumah. Will he get another brace? Will he go one better, get a hat-trick in front of the Bev faithful? It remains to be seen, but there's no doubt about it that his form has been red hot.
Yes, 100%. Sorry, I've interrupted you there.
No worries.
You continue.
And then the bench really quickly. Good to see Paul Field. He came back on the bench against Maidenhead. He's back on the bench today, continuing his recovery from an injury. Rowan Ince also makes a rare appearance from the bench, finally getting fit. Hayden Vaughan, who started against Maidenhead, had a really promising performance, some nice touches. He did fade slightly as the game got really compact. He had less space to operate in, but really had some neat little touches and passes with the ball at his feet. Sam Devfield, always reliable as well. He started, so he now gets a rest. Craig Fasamade also started, so now he's getting a bit of a rest. David Long King, same thing. And then, of course, Rhys Gregor-Cox, who picked up yet another Goal of the Month win prior to this one. And then it's worth mentioning Nana Boateng out of the squad, but congratulations to him for picking up our March Player of the Month.
Well, it looks like a good squad. I'm wondering what system we are going to be playing today. So we often change between a 4 and a 5. Harry Gardner is going to be the one to watch, isn't he? Whether he's playing at right wing back or
yes, exactly. Sorry, I missed him. But he probably had his best game in a long while against Maidenhead. And if we do play a 5, he'll be the right wing back. If not, it will probably be a box midfield with Lacey at right back. Kind of like we saw against Farnborough Moor. So that's the one to watch for sure. He notched his 5th goal of the season against Maidenhead and probably one of his best games. So it will be very interesting to see where he's deployed today. Yeah, definitely. He's been in a good vein of form because I thought he was also good against Farnborough when he played. So, but I'll quickly run us through the visitors. So Chippenham Town today, we've got in goal, number 1, Will Henry. Number 6, Luke Haynes, their captain for today. Number 8, Jake Evans. Number 9, Harry Parsons. Number 16, Kane Bradbury. Number 18, Reese Fleet. Number 20, Will King. Number 27, Billy Phillips. Number 31, Anointed Chukwu. Number 32, Sol Wanjao Smith. And number 34, a former Beaver earlier this season, Alex Wilkie. Obviously, we know him well here at the Bev. I'll just run us through the substitutes very quick as we approach quick kickoff. So we got number 4, Thomas Mayhew. Number 10, Tom Owen Evans. Number 11, Ezio Torre. Number 12, Ethan Vaughan. Number 14, Olaf Kazella. Number 15, Jack Poffley. And number 28, George Birch. So Chippenham are coming off the back of a win, a 2-0 win against Totton. They are fighting to stay in the division. Jack, run us through the state of play because there is safety that could be earned today. Absolutely. The job is simple. Positive result, win or draw, and safety is secured mathematically. If Chippenham win, then the quest continues. 2 more games. Still definitely likely, but you know, it's in our hands. I don't really want to worry about what's going on around the grounds. We don't really need to. It's purely academic at this point. We win, we stay up. We draw, we stay up. Simple as that. Yeah,
I imagine that's what Dallas will be telling the guys there in the changing room. It's just that's the result today. It's just get a point, and then we can't cruise. You don't want to be cruising, but you're on the beach. Slightly.
Look, and I think coming into this one, we had Seb White, member of the media team, at training last night, talking to some of the players. This is our cup final. Like, this is, you know, we've played a long, hard season. It's the 44th of the league campaign. We've also had a decent little run in the FA Cup as well. It's been long, it's been hard, there's been ups, there's been downs, but it all comes down to this. The players know that, the manager knows that. They have all the motivation they need coming off that Maidenhead game, coming into this one, walking out onto the Bev. It's another really well attended one. You know, the job is simple. Get the 3 points, secure an 11th season at this level.
100%, and that is what the boys will be after as they are now out on the pitch. Alan Massey leading the boys, as he so often is. Hampden and Richmond Borough in their usual, very trendy, I have to say, blue, red and gold kit, with Chippenham in their blue home. It's their home kit, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Bluebirds makes sense. And so, Jack, I'm going to come to you.
Yeah.
I'm good for an early score prediction. We like to do those here on the watch along. Get those in on the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. Get your score predictions in. We'll make sure to read them out. I've got the chat just here in front of me. But Jack,
perfect.
Hit me with the score prediction.
Let's go I'm going to go same again, 3-1.
3-1.
Maybe it's just 1-0 at half-time. We get too late on, but I think we'll be comfortable. We've created a decent amount of chances in the past few weeks, especially at home, and we've converted them well, especially with Nkrumah up top. So long may that continue, and hopefully it will.
100%. Well, we would love to see that. I was going to say 3-1, so you've kind of stumped me there. I'll go 3-0. I'll go 3-0. How about that?
Sweet, yeah.
And hopefully Daniel Nkrumah, who's just running towards us here, maybe he gets another brace for us today. But it looks like it's going to be Chippenham Town to kick off, or not. Someone was heading towards the ball, but they're not anymore.
Yeah,
oh, no.
It's the classic. We've done it quite a few times this season where Alan Massey will switch ends. To be honest, haven't quite worked out the pattern, whether it's sun or wind or wanting to shoot towards. I feel sometimes we shoot towards the Keith Hussey stand more in the second half, but in recent weeks that hasn't been the case, so who knows. But he is fond of a half switch.
But it doesn't look like he's gone for one. Oh, no, he has. He has.
Exactly.
He has gone for the half switch. So it's going to be Hampden and Richmond Borough shooting left to right as we look at it towards the Beaver Lodge. So we are going to be shooting
towards that Alan Simpson stand.
Yeah, towards the Alan Simpson stand. We're going to be shooting towards the Keith Hussey stand in the second half. Obviously, Kwaku Frimpong last Friday just bent that ball into that far corner.
What a goal that was. One of the goals of the season.
For sure. I was fortunate enough to be on the watch along for that game.
And it is worth mentioning, as Seb White announces in the stadium, you probably can't hear it, but this is a time in the season where we are commemorating Beavers fans past and present. So there will be a minute's commemoration before the match with names of fans who are no longer with us, but who will no longer with us in person, but are always with us in spirit. So it's a minute's applause before kick-off here. So a nice touch there. You know, obviously the club and the league and National League South as a whole has gotten, you know, way bigger over the past couple of years and more professional, but at the core, at this level, it's all about supporting your local. It's all about the community and the ability to have your community represented, no matter how small, by a football team. And we're very proud of what we do here in South West London.
Definitely, the support here at the Bev is really what makes it so special, and I know especially the players are very happy for all the support that they get, and just the community feel that we have is very special. But it's going to be Max Kretschmar to get us underway here. We do have a score prediction in the chat. Danny O'Connor is saying 2-1. So I assumed
yeah,
mighty
to
Beavers.
The Beavers, obviously.
It would be awkward if it wasn't. But well, we'd love to see that, Danny, and keep your score predictions coming, as we are currently waiting for Max Kretschmar to just kick the ball to Mike Atkinson, who we assume is just going to pump it long, as we so often see.
Exactly, and hard to tell from kickoff, but my initial inclination is that it's going to be a 4.
Yes, it does look like a 4. It looks like Aaron Lacey's kind of in this right back position, and where's Harry Gardner? Because he's also on the right. So
yeah. So it remains to be seen.
Yeah, we'll keep you updated on that. But we are underway here at the Bev. Hampden Richmond Borough versus Chippenham Town, and it's Chippenham Town with an a long throw there from miles, like almost in line with his own box, and he's almost reached the halfway line. So that'll be definitely one to watch. I don't know who threw that, but that was probably one of the biggest I've seen this season. As Chippenham Town playing it round the back. It's back with their goalkeeper, Will Henry. Just taking his time here on the ball. He's going to lump it forward, looking for their striker, but it falls to Atkinson. There's Hampden and Richmond back with it, with Dewhurst, who's also going to look long, looking for Nkrumah, who's very dangerous in the air, but this one's not near him. Bit of head tennis early on. Daniel Nkrumah manages to touch it down with a bit of space, about 20-25 yards out. Gives it to Kiernan out on the right-hand side. Driving inside onto his right foot, has a strike! It's blocked. And Lacey misses out there, and it's Chippenham who come away with it.
Yeah, good recovery to get back in by Frimpong. It opened up for Kiernan a little bit there. You thought he was well within his right to have a shot, but couldn't trouble Henry in net. Yeah, definitely. It was he drove in well there, and no one really followed him, and it kind of definitely a good shooting chance, but it was well blocked by the Chippenham centre back as they play it forward now. And it's Wanjao Smith holds it up well, but they lose out now, and Atkinson's come away with it, and it's cleared away well by Dewhurst. You just wonder, obviously we've talked about our own objectives as Hampden and Richmond Borough win and safety secured, but Chippenham are not going down without a fight. They've won 5 of their last 8. Granted, their away form is particularly poor. They've only won 1 match all season on the road, but anything can happen, especially when you're playing teams facing relegation. So they are going to be well up for it too, and it should make for a good spectacle here. 100%. They were very, well, you talk about their away form, they were very unlucky to lose to Bath, not conceding a 94th minute winner. Wilson with the goal there. So they'll be wanting to avenge that today, but hopefully we can squash that as Max Kretschmar turning in the mid-goal space, but unfortunately he's passed it out of play. Yeah, and I think I'm gonna settle on it's a 3. You're going for a 3? Yeah. Unless, yes. Could it be one of those like in and out of possession? It might be an in and out of possession, especially with Edwino Vaz. Could be a one stays, one goes sort of thing, which could mess with the shape. Yeah, I remember, was it Spurs under Mourinho did that a bit? Serge Aurier was always bombing forward on the right-hand side. But it's going to be Kiernan now, but he's lost possession. He's given it to Bradbury. Chippenham with a bit of control possession. Neither side really managing to hold on to the ball for sustained periods of time here. It's a bit like, would you say scrappy early on? Yeah, I always found over the course of the season it always takes these matches usually at least 5 minutes for the ball to settle properly. There's usually a few testing long balls, just keeping both pairs of centre-backs on their toes, not letting anything get in behind, Jesus. And before anyone's really allowed to get it down and play. They kind of earn the right to do that. So, and this has been very much a similar story here. Yeah, both sides very much testing the centre-backs early on. Chukwu and Nkrumah, both very physically dominant strikers, trying to impose themselves on their opposite numbers, but haven't been able to do so just yet, as Lacey comes forward with it and gives it out to Gardner, seemingly in a right wing-back position. I think, kind of contrary to what you would think would happen, I think it's a 5 in possession. Or is it chipped through? I think it's a 5 in possession and 4 out of possession, and Gardner will tuck into the midfield to crowd it out in the midfield when we don't have the ball. Yeah, it seems to be that, as now we do have possession, and Gardner is hanging out wide here on this right-hand side, near us as we look at it. Like you said, had a really good performance against Farnborough in a similar position. So, although it may not be his natural position, he's definitely played there. He played there a bit earlier in the season as well, so it's not too unfamiliar.
Yeah, it's good to see him as Vaz drives forward, tries to get into the box, but it's blocked. It's pinball in the box, few calls for handball. Nothing doing for the referee. What did you see there, Jack?
The Max Kretschmar shot came in quick, and it definitely did strike a hand, but I almost thought it may have been his own. Really hard to tell from us. It was a bit of a crash bang sort of play. The referee wasn't really too interested though, was he?
No, I think it was one of those ones where shots come in from Kretschmar and it's almost like, I think it's Reece Fleet that's blocked it, and it's almost flicked up off his foot, and I think it has caught his hand, but I think with the new rules, obviously if it comes off a different body part onto your arm, it's not handball. So I think the correct decision from the ref.
Yeah.
We do have another score prediction in the chat. We've got Jeff Baker. He's gone 3-0 Hampden and Richmond.
Wouldn't have any complaints with that whatsoever.
Absolutely not. As the ball is lumped forward by Will Henry. Chukwu's underneath it, but he loses it. But Chippenham retain possession.
They haven't done too much with it, but I think Chippenham are definitely edging the possession here.
Yes, I think
just a little bit.
Yeah, they've had quite a bit of possession around their centre-backs, I'd say. Alex Wilkie, and they've got Will King out here on the left. They've had a lot of the ball so far. Hampden and Richmond yet to show some passing around the back, perhaps. But it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be Marcus Dewhurst to take it, just in this bottom left-hand corner as we look at it. And it looks like Dewhurst is going to pump it forward. Can someone like Daniel Nkrumah get his head on this? Maybe a flick on Max Kretschmar's lurking as it comes to Nkrumah, but he misses out. Reece Fleet wins the header. And it's a foul by Aaron Lacey. Just inside the Chippenham half.
Yeah, I mean, it's good emphasis from the young right back pressing. He's trying to, obviously Phillips is going back towards his own. Nkrumah nicks it. Was he brought down in the box there? He was, but fairly, says the referee, by the captain Luke Haynes. Sorry, that came out of nowhere. Sloppy, wayward pass was pounced on by the number 18. And he was nearly in.
Well, we know how dangerous he is at the Bev. 4 goals in just his 2 home appearances. Yet to score away from home, interestingly. So he clearly, this is his happy hunting ground. But he could have won us a penalty there, but nothing doing for the referee.
It was almost a calamitous early error by the Chippenham defence.
Yeah, they have been playing some lovely passes around the back, but maybe they might be put off doing that now. But play goes on here. We do have another score prediction in the chat, and it's a Bluebirds fan. He's saying 3-2. It would be a good game, but not really the result we're looking for on this watch along. But we hope you're enjoying anyway, Timothy. As Mike Atkinson wins the ball for Hampden and Richmond, and it comes out to Kiernan on the far side. It's given to him now.
Needs to move the ball.
Yeah, just getting his foot on it there and just rolls it to Frimpong. There's a bit of space in front of him. Not much pressing going on from either side. It's quite slow. Atkinson at the base of the midfield. He's looking to spread it out to Lacey. Hampden Richmond starting to thread a few passes together.
Yeah, it's exactly what you talked about. It's that sustained possession in the back line. Just swinging it side to side.
It's Vaz a bit further forward now. Gives it to Kiernan in an attacking midfield role almost as he tries to thread it through the Vaz. Vaz gets the cross in, it's headed by Kretschmar! But it's well saved and easily held by Will Henry.
Yeah, first, hard to tell if it's on target. I think it would have been. First shot on target. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt for our number 10. The diving header at the near post. He scored a header before, assisted by Brendan Kiernan. That one was never really troubling Henry, but it was good movement to get his head on it.
Yeah, part of me was like, could he have volleyed that? It was a very low header down by his knees.
Yeah, I think with the diving technique, it was probably just too far out of reach for the volley. But I definitely see what you're saying.
But Chippenham trying to bring it forward, but Louis Fernandez is going to clear it away, and he finds Gardner. But he's lost out there. Well challenged by Will King, and he's won a free kick in a fairly dangerous area. Quite well suited for the right footer to swing it into the far post here. And it looks like it's going to be Kane Bradbury to take it.
Apologies if you heard any coarse language there.
Yeah, a couple fans not too happy with the referee so far. We've had a couple penalty decisions not go our way early on, so frustrations are showing. Bradbury swings it in. But it's gone all the way through, and it's swung back into the box, and it's headed in! And it's Parsons at the back post! Dewhurst can't quite save it at his near post. He got a hand to it, but it's gone in. It's a great first-time cross. I don't know who's done that on the far side. I think it might be the captain, Luke Haynes. But Harry Parsons was at the back post there to head home.
It was a wicked delivery, that second ball across. It was almost a cross-come shot. He just caught it well on the volley, smashed it across the face, a goal, really dangerous area. Harry Parsons heads in from close range at the near post. Obviously it was pretty close, but he still had a decent amount to do. It's a good finish from the number 9, who is Chippenham Town's top scorer. I believe that now brings him to double digits in the league on 10. The initial ball was overhit, and it was just one of those flat ones, overhit to the back post. But then Luke Haynes, if it was Haynes, kept the danger alive, and kind of out of nowhere, Chippenham lead.
Yeah, I think it almost like it went all the way through, and I think because Hampton Richmond, we were setting up for the free kick to the back post, it almost changed the point of attack, and we had no one at the other post, and Harry Parsons was completely free to head home from close range. The ball didn't have time to react to that ball coming through. But it's 1-0 here, and it's Chippenham Town who lead. 12 minutes in, Harry Parsons with the goal, and it's going to be Hampton Richmond Borough who have to come from behind here if they are to come away with the 3 points. Obviously, we're talking about it for the game, but for those of you who don't know, Hampton Richmond Borough, any result today, win or draw, and we are confirmed to stay in the National League South for another season. Chippenham Town themselves are looking to remain safe, but they are currently 6 points adrift from safety behind Farnborough. So they are fighting for their lives in the National League South. And it's going to be a throw in here, and it's going to be Luke Haynes to take it. We saw a wicked long throw earlier on in the game. This could be a dangerous opportunity, and I think it's going to be Haynes to put this into the box.
That is quite the long throw.
It's headed clear by Alan Massey. It's flicked back into the box, but there's no one in there, and it's going to be Dewhurst to bring it away. I've just been informed that Bath are currently 2-0 up in their game.
Wow.
Against, is it Chesham? It's Chesham. So that's another big result at the bottom of the table. So we'll run you through all the results at half-time in the National League South. It's all happening down at the bottom of the table. Obviously, both Farnborough and Chippenham both got wins on Monday. So
if anything is of particular note, I'll make it known before half-time. Like, I think it is worth noting that Farnborough are 1-0 down, which is definitely music to the ears of the travelling Chippenham fans.
Definitely, they'll be glad to hear that, especially since they are winning here 1-0. Harry Parsons with the goal in the 11th minute. But it's Kretschmer on the ball, now it's Atkinson, looking to spread the play. Lacey gives it early to Gardner on this near touchline. Not much, by the way, going forward, but sustained possession here for Hampton and Richmond. Gardner's driving all the way across the pitch, and he finds Vaz on the left-hand side. Gives it inside to Keenan, now into the side of the box. Tries to find Nkrumah, but he can't quite get there, but it falls back to him. And it's played out wide right, and it's Aaron Lacey with the ball. Gives it to Mike Atkinson. Looked like he was going to try and swing it in, but he hasn't. But he's maintained possession. And it's Kwaku Frimpong. Solid attack here from Hampton and Richmond Borough. It's out with Vaz, who's always tricky. And he looks like he's won a free kick there.
Yeah, he turned his man well, just with 2 neat touches. He's not the fastest, but he's so technically gifted. He gets himself out of really tight situations really well with neat footwork. That was just another example. First time we've really seen that from in this match, but I think he's been a bright spark down the left. I'd also like to point out that I think Brendan Kiernan looks really sharp today. I think sometimes he's, despite getting a couple assists, he's looked a little tired of recent, but I think today he looks really, really sharp in these opening exchanges.
Yeah, definitely. It's one thing we always talk about with Kiernan is his energy. He really brings a lot of energy as the ball's swung in by Kretschmar, but it's a poor one really, and it's hit the first man and it's cleared away. Yeah, one thing we always talk about with Kiernan is his energy and how he really brings that impetus to a lot of our attacks. I think he's a great partner to Nkrumah because he's such a physical presence and he needs that pace off him. So I think him and Nkrumah are a really good partnership.
Absolutely. Anything. Just let this attack play out. Lost the ball, unfortunately.
Yeah, as Chukwu comes away with it. It's Phillips. Gives it back to Will King. Into Reese Fleet. Bit of pressure from Max Kretschmar. He's trying to chase him down, but Chippenham not budging yet. The ball's cleared away, but only as far as Atkinson. It's not gone very far at all. And Atkinson's won the ball back twice there. Really good play from Atkinson there. And it's Gardner driving across the midfield. Plays it out to Vaz on the left-hand side. Gives it to Kiernan. 1-on-1 with Wanjal Smith. He's got past him. Digs out with his left foot, but there's no one there. It was a good cross in, and it hit the deck there. As Fernandez is penalised for a foul on Chukwu, but that was a dangerous ball there from Kiernan.
Yeah, it was a dangerous area. It was a good area. It's just the right run wasn't made on that occasion. But another example of Brendan Kiernan beating his man, standing a ball up. I think, like you say, to that partnership, it's got shades of a classic big man, little man, especially with Nkrumah being that physical presence. Can win flick-ons for Kiernan to run onto as that free kick sails out for a goal kick. Don't know what he was thinking with that one.
What was the plan? Remember, just punted it out of play.
If I was a Chippenham fan, I'd be very disappointed with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm very keen to see how this partnership develops even further. Obviously, Kiernan assisted Nkrumah's second against Farnborough as well with a neat little through ball. So they are building that chemistry.
Definitely. It was a lovely through ball to Nkrumah against Farnborough. But it's Chippenham who have the ball now, just inside the Hampton-Richmond Borough half. And driving forward now, past 1, 2, 3, left foot, and he's just put it wide. It was Phillips who beats 2-3 players there. And on his left foot, he's just guided it wide of the left post.
I'm not going to lie, as he started that slaloming run, my fear just increased with every movement because the skill was so good, it almost deserved a goal. I thought he was going to just pass that into the far post, but luckily for us, it goes just wide of Dewhurst's right post. But that was really, really close. Definitely too close for comfort for the home fans.
Yeah, Phillips looking lively now. Is he looking to drive forward? He plays it through to Chukwu. He's 1-on-1, but he is offside. Linesman lifts his flag.
It's another warning sign. I doubt Alan Dowson will be very happy with what he's seeing in these opening 20 minutes. Yeah,
Phillips looks like one of those players, to quote Daniel Sturridge, he's prone to making players do the stanky leg. that's what I'm seeing. But yeah, Phillips is looking lively and he's causing Hampton and Richmond Borough a lot of problems here in this opening 20 minutes. As we approach the 20-minute mark, Marcus Dewhurst is going to pump it long, looking for Nkrumah.
It's going to be a Chippenham throw as well. Alex Wilkie headed it onto the back of Nkrumah's head. It's gone out of play.
Frimpong battling for it, but Reese Fleet comes away with the ball. It's a heavy challenge from Kretschmar, but he's got the ball. And the ball's back with Will Henry in the Chippenham Town goal. Hampton Richmond not showing a lot in terms of shots on target. I think other than we had that Max Kretschmar header, but that was a pretty tame effort. Since going 1-0 down, though, we have had a bit of possession, but doing not much with it, if I'm honest.
No, I think it's been a far cry from what I was expecting and what potentially we were promised in the lead up to this one. Plenty of time for that to change yet. It's just spent 20 minutes. Obviously, we're down 1-0. Could be more, in all honesty, especially after that Phillips chance, and even that. Be interested to see how close that Chukwu offside was, because he was through 1-on-1 and rounding the keeper. As Kretschmar takes it quickly to Kiernan, can he get a shot away? It's just too far.
Kiernan plays it back. I think that's Kretschmar. He's just scuffed it a little bit into the floor, unfortunately, but Hampton Richmond Borough looking dangerous. I didn't really see what happened with that. It was a quick free kick taken by, I think it was it Kretschmar?
Yeah, Kretschmar. He just placed his hand on the ball and saw the Kiernan run. Obviously, they played together at Hampton and Richmond Borough almost 10 years ago now. And yeah, just an opportunistic one, but couldn't quite get a shot away. And then it came back out to Kretschmar, and then his subsequent shot was scuffed, really.
Yeah. Where's Kiernan now in the far corner trying to beat his man, but the cross comes into the box and Kruma's looking for it. He's underneath it, but he's missed it, unfortunately. Cleared only as far as Lacey. Comes back to Atkinson, gives it to Frimpong. Now out to Gardner on this right-hand side.
Tempo's been lifted.
Definitely. Hampton Richmond Borough pushing for an equaliser here. And it comes out to Edwino Vaz on the left-hand side. Always a bright spark since joining on loan. Here's Lacey on this near side. Back to Atkinson. Finds Frimpong in a little pocket of space. He's searching ball out wide to Vaz, who's got acres, but he can't quite get there. A nice idea, though, from Kwaku Frimpong, and a nice run from Vaz, but not quite the execution, unfortunately. And it is going to be Luke Haynes to do the long throw. This is the thing with the long throw that I quite like, is that you can use it as an attacking weapon, obviously, to put it into the box, but you can also use it as a defensive weapon. It's just to clear your lines.
It gets you out of trouble.
Yes,
that's probably the longest throw I've seen this season.
It is enormous. He's done it. He's well, almost like, where would you say that is? Like 5 yards from the touchline? And he's got it to the centre circle.
Yeah, it's basically 80% of a half, almost.
That is ridiculous.
Like if he threw it from his goal, he basically hit the centre circle.
Yeah.
Like his side just, but that is pretty impressive. Obviously, we've seen it once in an attacking capacity, but won't be the last time, I'm sure.
That one's not short as well, as I think that's Wanjao Smith with another long one. And we are going to see Chippenham Town with a chance to pump that ball into the box with a throw, and Luke Haynes is making his way up the pitch, and he is going to launch this one into the area. Here is Luke Haynes as he launches it. Headed by Massey, but he's miscued it. Chukwu was in there. I think Louis Fernandez has got his hands on him, but it's not enough for a foul as the ball's pumped forward by Dewhurst, and it's Nkrumah. But he's just fouled Wanjao Smith there. Referee's given that one. I think it is a foul in the end, but it's a bit of a... I think Wanjao Smith is looking for it a touch.
Yeah, it's clever play from the defender. He just turned his body enough so that the challenge from Nkrumah is one on his back rather than a shoulder-to-shoulder. He is looking for it, but doesn't mean it's not a foul. Massey initially did well to get his head on that long throw, but he didn't quite get the purchase on it. And it, again, could have been dangerous as Chukwu was lurking.
That's Nkrumah's chasing down the ball one-on-one with Wilkie. Wilkie does well, though, just to hold off his opposing striker. He plays it back to his keeper, but he sliced it straight up in the air. And it's Nkrumah now. Just almost him and Kretschmar almost getting each other's way a little bit, and it's Chippenham that clear it away. Blown as far as Atkinson, beats his man, plays it into Nkrumah. Tries to cut onside onto his left foot on the edge of the box. Tempo really being lifted here as Vaz lifts it into the box and cleared away. But again, only as far as Vaz.
Yeah, that last just 2 minutes was definitely what I expected this game to be like. Breakneck speed, big challenges flying in.
Vaz cutting inside on his right foot, shoots! But it has gone out for a goal kick to Chippenham Town.
Don't mind it. He's had some decent strikes, of course, yet to score for the club. But he's had some decent strikes, including on his right foot. I remember a particularly wicked one when he found himself on the right-hand side and almost knuckled it, only prevented by a really, really top-notch save. I believe that was against Maidstone back in December. But, yeah, don't mind him having a strike, but definitely more accuracy required.
Yeah, one thing I am noticing about Vaz today is he's wearing odd-coloured boots. What do you make of that?
Whatever makes you feel comfortable. I think he's also one of the players in a position that can get away with it. Like, he's got the play style and also the quality where I think you're allowed to do that. I think Alan Massey would probably raise a few more eyebrows if he went with mismatched boots.
Yeah, I don't think Alan Massey suits it, but it's Kiernan now drifting inside from the right. Onto his right, sorry.
Needs some movement.
Vaz crosses. It's a cross-come shot, really.
It's a frustrated one. I think there wasn't enough thought behind that. But the box was static. We had a lot of bodies in there, but Kiernan kind of looked up. He didn't have an edge runner. He didn't have anyone at the near post or far post. It was just bodies are flooding forward, which is good, but not enough dynamism in the final third.
Yeah, just need someone to make a little darting run across their man or something. There's a lot of bodies in there, but perhaps they're all marked. We got a lot of comments actually, Jack. We got a lot of comments. We'll just have a lot of them. It's Timothy in there. So hello, Timothy. Hope you're doing good. He's praising the Chippenham manager Gary Horgan. He says he's a fabulous manager. What have you seen much of him?
Unfortunately, I have not. But you know, in recent weeks they are doing their best to stay up, and I think 5 wins in 8, especially from how they started the season, he's obviously doing something right. Yeah,
definitely. I think you can tell by their form, and even when they've lost, it's often been 1-0. So, I think it's Parsons looking for another, but he's just chipped it into the arms of Dewhurst there, who holds well.
Yeah, it was an inventive finish. Saw Dewhurst off his line, but didn't really connect with it properly. It was easy pickings for the number 31.
But yeah, dangerous signs again there from Chippenham Town. Hampden Richmond Borough really wouldn't want to go 2-0 down before half-time. But it's Vaz now trying to look for Nkrumah. Loses out, unfortunately. The ball's lumped forward by Chippenham, but it goes to no one. Chukwu quite isolated up there. Phillips wasn't up there with him. Ball's with Massey now. Just rolls it to his centre-back partner, Fernandez. Plays it out wide to Gardner, driving inside, as we've seen so often this half. Jack trying to give some instructions. Yeah. Come well, this way.
Basically, Gardner's picked it out on the right, come inside, gone backwards. So then there is space on the right because he dragged man there. He dragged men away. So Lacey made a good run on this right-hand side, but wasn't to be found.
Fortunately not, but Kiernan's spun his man. He's in behind now. But Wanjao Smith has done well just to ease him off the ball, and he comes away with it now. Bursting past Frimpong, who brings him down. It's going to be a free kick to Chippenham Town. About midway through their half on the right-hand side.
Yeah, it's a foul quite deep in their own half, but he was picking up speed. I think we're lucky that it did happen where it did, because if that foul happens on the halfway line, could easily be given a yellow.
Yeah, a tactical foul from Frimpong.
Yeah. So, 30 minutes in, what have you made of it so far?
What have I made of it? It's been a bit of a... Other than the goal, I don't think we've really seen much from either side. I think Hampden Richmond had their moments, but they haven't really resulted in shots on target or any real chances. We've had moments of energy, where like the crowd's got up and like players are running around, but we've not really created much.
Yeah, moments of energy, but maybe not moments of quality just yet.
Exactly that, I think. I think if you talk about moments of quality, I think we've seen Phillips for Chippenham Town has been a real bright spark for them. He's shown that he's dangerous when running at players. But other than their goal, they've not really done much either, I'd say. So, but I would say 1-0 is probably a fair scoreline at the half-hour mark. And it's back with Lacey now. Rolls it to Atkinson. Finds Frimpong in the midfield. Getting his head up. But can only find Gardner 5 yards in front of him. Ball's back with Gardner now. Hampden Richmond just constantly moving left and right, but again, not really finding that killer pass. Vaz swings it in. He's cleared away by Haynes.
Yeah, Kretschmar was lurking. That ball took a deflection on the way through, and it almost took it towards Kretschmar. Vital interception / block from Haynes. I think the worst thing to do was give them an early lead, because now Chippenham are very, very happy. They were happy before to do it, but now they're even more content to just sit back, let us come on to them and try and unlock this defence, which we did struggle to do against 10-man Maidenhead on Monday.
Yeah, they are looking very defensively solid here. You can clearly see their shapes, clearly a 4-3-3 here. But yeah, they are looking very defensively solid, and they're looking to close out the half here. 15 minutes remaining as Massey lumps it forward. Looking for Vaz on the left-hand side, but it's Wanjao Smith who comes away with it. Clears it away now, but only as far as Kiernan. Gives it away, unfortunately.
Oof.
Parsons just, ball's fizzed into him, and he's tried to play it out to Chukwu on the right-hand side, but he's just passed it out of play.
Yeah, under next to no pressure. Be very disappointed if I was his manager with that one, as he did pass it into his dugout.
Yeah, notably he didn't pass it back to him, unfortunately. But Gardner trying to play that killer ball, but again, Chippenham tight on their men, and Kruma's not finding much joy, but it's Phillips now.
Fernandez comes across well there.
But he's forced to give away a corner.
Is that Chippenham's first?
I think it might be.
Yeah, I think it.
They've had quite a few throw-ins.
Yeah, I think it's their first corner of the afternoon.
And looks like it's gonna be Kane Bradbury to take it. Looks like it's gonna be an in-swinger with his right foot. Noticeably, I think that's Chukwu in there. He looks like a presence. He's marked by Louis Fernandez. Ball swung into the box. It's headed on.
Oh, Dewhurst came.
Oh, he came and didn't get there. Was fortunate that the ball didn't end up in the net.
And I've just got my phone out here. Worthing, if you're concerned with what's going on at the top of the table, they're 2-1 up against Dagenham and Redbridge. And Torquay United are up 4-0.
4-0?
Away to Slough Town in the opening 30 minutes.
And they started at the same time?
They have.
Well, good news if you're a Torquay fan. If you've made the trip to Slough. But here's Atkinson, gives it to Frimpong. Again, looking for Lacey. Hampden Richmond. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot because we keep doing the same things. It's always Frimpong gives it to Lacey, gives it to Gardner back, and then we keep kind of going left, right constantly. But now Kretschmar's found himself in behind, crossed it into the box, gone all the way through. Vaz tries to keep it in, but is unsuccessful.
No, you're right. It's really, really compact in the midfield areas. Obviously, Frimpong, exemplified by his performance against Farnborough, has the quality to do something from range, and when he gets on the ball can make things happen, but without a lot of space, it's really, really difficult for him to make an impact when he gets the ball in those positions. Same with Gardner when he gets the ball in the midfield. One of his main attributes is running at players, driving into space, and there's just not a lot of space to exploit where they're operating.
Yeah, Gardner. We've seen Gardner driving inside rather than forwards.
Yeah.
So I think that kind of tells the story that there's really not much space for Hampden and Richmond Borough to operate. How do you think that is fixed, or is it not really fixable? How do you kind of stop that from happening?
Well, yeah, I think on your transitions you go quicker if you can. I think we have tried. We've seen a couple channel balls from Lacey in Nkrumah's direction. Move the ball quicker is almost always the answer. It's not, that easy to achieve, and that's not exactly groundbreaking tactical information. But if we move the ball with 1-2 touches, especially popping it round just a little bit quicker, will make it a lot harder for them to chase. And I think the biggest thing is be patient. We're in the 35th minute. Yes, okay, it's 1-0, but it's so much more tiring to play without the ball, and the longer that this continues, the more tired Chippenham will get, and more mistakes, as we just saw them give the ball away. And this is the transition I was talking about.
Unfortunately, Max Kretschmar has missed out there. Lost the ball to Reece Fleet in the midfield. Have to say, the midfield duo of Bradbury and Fleet for Chippenham Town have really shut down anything that Hampden and Richmond Borough have really thrown at them, but hopefully that changes. As it's Atkinson finding Vaz out on the left-hand side, driving it. I think that is Evans out there. Tries to thread it through to Nkrumah, but Fortunately, it's Chippenham who come away with it, and Wilkie's with a searching ball forward towards Phillips. He's battling with Lacey now. Looking for Chukwu, and he's bearing down on goal here. Massey's in his way though. Tries to cut inside, slips a little bit, but he still has it. And he's gone out for a corner off Massey.
Yeah, that corner is met with rapturous applause from the travelling contingent. I think Chukwu maybe, if he was to get a shot off, it was going to be first time, but his angle was closed down quite quickly, so he did well to win anything for his side there, because he was a little isolated, especially because the ball got trapped under his feet for just half a second.
Yeah, I think Massey's done well to force him wide. Massey obviously not the quickest centre-back, but I think he's done well to get across there and force his man wide, but he's going to have to defend a corner now. I think it's Bradbury again to take it. Going to dink it in. It's a low riser, as I like to call it. Fernandez gets his head on it. And now Gardner's won a free kick. Chukwu trying to shield the ball out for another corner, but Gardner's just got in the way there, and he's been brought down by Chukwu there. So free kick to Hampden Richmond Borough. It's going to be Dewhurst to take it. 1-0 to Chippenham Town at the minute. Harry Parsons with the goal in the 11th minute. A header at the back post. Dewhurst couldn't quite get across in time to tip it wide. Ball's pumped forward by Marcus Dewhurst, but goes straight out of play, unfortunately. Will King with the throw-in, looking for Chukwu, who wins the header. Phillips manages to find Parsons, but loses out to Vaz. And it's cleared away by Dewhurst.
Yeah, I have to say, pretty disappointed with how this one's gone so far. We have more than enough quality to threaten this side and really challenge them, but it just hasn't been the case.
Yeah, it's just really not been. It's not been great, really. We haven't really shown much going forward. Not really shown much creativity, really. It's quite static. It's quite slow. And Chippenham Town will be more than happy, really, because
I think they're comfortable.
Yeah,
right? I think they're comfortable. Obviously, an early goal is what they would have wanted, but I don't think we've nearly tested them enough, been nasty enough with them in the final third and really tested them. I think it's been quite a comfortable performance for the away side, which it never should be away from home, especially given their record, which I won't... Oh,
great turn from Nkrumah.
Turns well.
Driving down the left-hand side, gets past his man, tries to get it in with his left foot, but he wins a corner.
Better. That's more like it.
Much, much better. Daniel Nkrumah with a lovely turn, driving at players with real dynamism and really trying to get somewhere.
Yeah, it was a neat bit of skill, and then it was the pace though, just putting them on their heels.
It's going to be Max Kretschmar to swing the ball in. It's a dink ball in, searching one, but it's Haynes who heads it clear. But it's back out with Kretschmar now, looking to swing it back into the box. And it's Haynes who heads it clear again. Gardner's got it, he strikes it! Safely into the hands of Will Henry though. An easy one for the Chippenham Town keeper.
Yeah, he went with the side-footed effort, looking to place it, but unfortunately was easily collected by Will Henry.
Better though.
Much better. And that's all it takes. It's not, we know we have it in the squad, and Nkrumah especially obviously scored 2 braces here. A neat little turn, and then suddenly he's off. He created enough space for himself, puts them on their heels.
This ball's played forward, searching ball forward, looking for Kiernan. The ball's just gone out of play, shielded out by Haynes for a goal kick to Chippenham Town. That is one player who's kind of gone missing in this second half of the first half, is Brendan Kiernan, I have to say. I think he is struggling out there a little bit. I think he really thrives on spacing behind, and there isn't a lot of it.
Yeah.
So maybe this might not be a game for him, perhaps, but we do have the players on the bench. Obviously, we always talk about RGC. We always talk about Reece Grego-Cox coming off the bench. We've got Craig Fassamade as well, of course.
Dewhurst has to come out and clear his lines.
Takes out Vaz in the process. apologises quickly. 5 minutes to go in this first half. Chippenham Town 1-0 up, and they'll be more than happy with that. Harry Parsons with the goal as Gardner clears it, but Nkrumah's looking to get on the end of it, but it's cleared away by Will Henry. Vaz clears it up, but he loses out now. Evans was looking for it, but he's lost out now. And Alan Massey,
it's passed out of play.
Yeah, I don't know who he's really looking for there. Was he looking for Atkinson or Vaz? I think in the moment, I think he kind of threaded the gap, and it's gone out for a throw into Chippenham Town, and we know that they can pump him into the box. So Alan Massey will be hoping to make amends here and clear this away. Yeah, I think that sums up the first half, really. Haynes with the throw-in. It's going to be headed towards goal. I think that was Bradbury that headed it. I think Dewhurst was comfortable there, had it covered, but it's gone over the bar. But yeah, I think that pass kind of sums up the first half, really. Not much by the way of creativity, kind of just sloppy constantly, really.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'd have to agree.
Nkrumah trying to flick it on, but he had a lot more time than he knew. Someone should have given him a shout. Completely free there in the Chippenham half, but he went for the flick on. But it's Chukwu now. Lays it off to Parsons out on the right-hand side for Chippenham Town. It's Evans with the overlap, but Parsons cuts inside. Lays it off to King now. Can he have a strike? No, he cuts inside. Gives it to Parsons, who has a strike. Gets it. It's well saved down to his right by Dewhurst. Didn't look like it was much of a dangerous strike, but Dewhurst did well to get across.
Yeah, again, it's like the shot came in, and you know, you could tell even in the tone of your voice, didn't think that one was going to trouble him too much, but he ended up scrambling a little bit and having to make a good save down to his right.
Yeah, he didn't seem to hit it too clean. Oh, that's why I didn't really assume it was going to trouble Dewhurst, but he was scrambling there across his goal, but did well to get down. Always did. I think it was one of those ones where it bounces in front of him, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the pitch has been kept in immaculate condition all season, but the one place where it's kind of inevitable for some bobbles and inconsistencies are the goal mouths at 100%. Either end. So it's always a factor, and I think it probably just hopped up before reaching him, which does make it a better save than it may look.
100%. Faz pumps it forward. Wanjao Smith with a header away. And now he's clearing it again, looking for Chukwu now. But Alan Massey clears up well. Final 2 minutes, well, 1.5 minutes, sorry, of normal time. I don't think there will be much stoppage time, if I'm honest. There hasn't really been too many stoppages.
No injuries. No, obviously the one goal, but doubt we'll see more than a minute or two.
Yeah. So hopefully Hampden Richmond can end this half on a high and go into the half-time team talk level. They do say it is the best time to score. That's what Dowse will be hoping for anyway.
Yeah, and for much as we've left a bit to be desired, one goal, we're right back in it. I think we would just say, look, forget the first half, we go again. So it would be ideal as Vaz dances forward.
Tries to cross it in, but takes a deflection and goes behind for a corner to Hampden and Richmond Borough. Haven't been able to make much of these corners so far in the match. Maybe this can be the moment. We've got the players to do it. Fernandez, Massey and Nkrumah, Lacey. We've got a lot of height.
And I think there will just be the 1 minute added on.
As the ball swung into the box. It is flicked on by Lacey. It comes up to Keenan. Just slices it.
Really good effort from Aaron Lacey there to contort his body and get a volley towards goal.
Yeah, he's made one run and then he's realised where the ball's going. He's made another one and he's volleyed it towards goal with his left foot, but he's gone out for another corner here. Matt Kretschmer with a similar ball. Alan Massey just gets his head to it, but only manages to flick it on, really. And Chippenham managed to get it away. with Fleet now. Gardner hassling him. And he's won a throw-in for his side, and he takes it quick. It's Nkrumah. Tries to claim a free kick, and he's won it. A free kick just outside the box, down by the byline on the right-hand side. It's almost a corner, but from a bit closer in.
Yeah, it will be Kretschmar. Just needs to stand it up. Need to still get pace on the ball. Flash it across the face. Yeah, exactly. It's basically right where the 18-yard box meets the byline. Maybe drill it. Just needs some movement again, needs some runs. Harry Gardner making his way into the box. Plenty to aim at.
Yeah, can someone make like a darting run across? I think that's Wilkie at the front post. There's a lot of space for someone to run into. But it's going to be Kretschmar to take it. Taking his time here. Referee just making sure everything's legal inside the box. It's going to be a dink ball in towards the back post. It's Fernandez who meets it, but can't quite. He was leaning back. Couldn't quite get the power or the direction, and it goes out for a goal kick, and that will probably be the last chance of the half as the minute is up. I think as soon as this goal kick is taken, referee Daniel England is looking at his watch. It's going to be Will Henry to take this goal kick, but I think that will signal half-time. Referee's got his whistle in his mouth, and that is half-time. So it is half-time here at the Bev. It is 1-0 to the visitors, Chippenham Town. Harry Parsons with the goal in the 11th minute. A free kick came in, went all the way through, was swung back in. Parsons was completely free at the back post. Managed to head home at the near post. Dewhurst couldn't quite claw it out. Got a hand to it, but can't blame him. It was a completely free header for Parsons. Hampton and Richmond Borough have looked lively, but not really created too much. Harry Gardner had a shot on target. Max Kretschmar with a header. But other than that, it's been static. So, Jack, what did you make of the half?
Yeah, I mean, not much more to add apart from it's been disappointing, right? I think I said it throughout that half, but conceding early, giving them something to defend, is not ideal. But look, there's plenty of work to do. I've seen enough that I can at least be positive that we'll create more chances. I'd like to see more chances. I think probably that last 5-10 minutes was maybe our best spell, or at least there was a bit more impetus. That chance from the corner and Nkrumah's turn and run was just more positive than we'd seen. But disappointing is the one word that I keep coming back to be honest.
Yeah, it's been quite flat. It's not been great from the boys. I think conceding an early goal didn't really help us. I think Chippenham have just sat in since that goal. They've had a couple chances. They've had a couple long throws. I think if they are going to score, it's probably likely to be from a set piece. But anyway, Douse has some words to be said, that is for sure.
Yeah, and I think he'll be, I don't think there's anyone more disappointed than him inside the ground, especially after that kind of call to action after Maidenhead. He promised changes. Some players have come back into the squad, and some players have dropped out. And none of them have really taken their chance just yet. So he'll definitely have some stern words in that dressing room, and they'll come out firing, or at least I hope so. I hope they will. Shall we have a look at the scores from around the ground?
Yes, let's do that. Obviously, big results all around the ground, so
yeah,
hit us with
there's
them.
not actually, apart from the ones we've already mentioned, there hasn't been too many goals. It's 0-0 in the majority of fixtures so far. AFC Tottenham are hosting Dorking Wanderers. Of course, Dorking Wanderers lost to Worthing and got leapfrogged by them, so are now back in second. So it's 0-0 there. Bath City 3-0 up at half-time against Chesham. That's the already relegated Bath City. Chelmsford City are hosting Maidenhead United, where it's currently 0-0. Dover retained their 1-0 lead over Farnborough into the half. And here, obviously, it's 1-0 to the visitors, Chippenham Town. Hemel Hempstead and Eastbourne Borough also locked in a 0-0 stalemate, as is the same for Hornchurch and Ebbsfleet United. That's a big game for 2 promotion hopefuls. Horsham and Maidstone United, much of the same. It's 0-0 there. Slough Town did go in 4-0 down at half-time to Torquay United. Tunbridge Angels 1-0 up against Salisbury. Western Supermare currently drawing 0-0 with Enfield Town, and Worthing beating KSI's Dagenham and Redbridge 2-1. Interesting to note that although there haven't been too many goals, Dover and Farnborough in and around us, Slough Town in and around us, Salisbury in and around us. If we were to get something here, I think we could climb as high as 17th. I think we would jump over Slough and jump over Salisbury. But obviously, we have work to do before that becomes a reality.
Yes, of course, obviously still got work to do here. Yeah, I've just noticed Farnborough with that win, if they manage to hold on to it and the results stay as they are, they jump into 17th.
Who's that, sorry?
Farnborough.
Yeah, but Farnborough are losing right now. They're currently down 1-0.
Are they? Oh, no, they are. They currently jumped. They're currently in 17th as it stands. But yeah, so do you think, Douse, let's look at changes.
Yeah. As we see some substitutes just in front of us warming up, just getting a couple touches of the ball. It's Sam Devfield, Hayden Vaughan, Craig Fassamade, Rhys Gregor-Cox. I wouldn't be surprised to see Hayden Vaughan and Devfield, probably Sam Devfield. You know, you're looking for a killer pass, creative streak. It'd be a bit of a like-for-like change with Max Kretschmar, who I don't think has done too much wrong, but obviously the side has gone in 1-0 down. I don't think too many people have done too much right either. Wouldn't be surprised to see that. Rhys Gregor-Cox, he didn't feature too heavily against Maidenhead, only came on in second half added time, so he should be pretty fresh. And again, if you're looking for a goal, that's a good place to look and hopefully find one. Craig Fassamade, maybe this isn't the game for him with it being so compact. He's really good, I would say, when there's a lot of space to exploit. Didn't have the best game of his life against Maidenhead United in a similar kind of compact situation. So it may not be looking for him right now, maybe at the end of the game where we need some fresh legs, but there's still plenty of weapons there. Maybe actually Hayden Vaughan, who I thought acquitted himself well, as I mentioned already, against Maidenhead United. Can he provide a bit of a wild card option to create something out of nothing?
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely, like you say, creating something out of nothing. That's almost what it seems like we have to do, almost, because Chippenham, they are so regimented in their defence, and they are so happy to sit in. They've got their bank.
Well, they've defended well. I think obviously we have a home bias, right? But we are. I think there's credit where credit's due. Is that Chippenham have actually defended pretty resolutely.
Yeah, no, definitely. They've been superb defensively. I think the game plan would have been just this. Like, they got their early goal and they were good for it. They had their chances early on and they took them. And then since then they've defended superbly, and Hampton Borough haven't really. Very little, very static, very slow. And I think it's going to have to be looking towards the bench maybe. We know that Gregor-Cox can produce this magic. We know that, as I call him, CF9, Craig Fassamade. We know he. Well, one thing that I noticed about him is that he's really good at arriving in the box at the right time.
Yeah, he scored a lot of goals that I think on, you know, to the untrained eye, you're like, oh, that's a tap in from wherever. But I think he does have decent movement, and he is in the box, especially. You're right.
Yeah, and I think that's something perhaps we've lacked in the first half. We've had quite a few crosses into the box, and they've been getting in dangerous areas, but no one's there, or they've just fallen, like people have made the wrong runs.
Yeah.
So maybe he can make a difference, perhaps. I think he'll be someone that we can see, and obviously Sam Devfield, he's always someone that would add a bit of heart in that midfield, maybe.
Yeah, look, he's made almost 200 appearances for the club. He's on 190 something. I'm not sure he can reach that mark this season, but yeah, he knows the ground well. He's been in matches like this before, and he does have quality as well. Always a dependable person to bring on. I don't think anyone would be concerned if he came on, but I think the fans would be clamouring for Rhys Gregor-Cox sooner rather than later. I think if he's not on by 65 minutes and the score is the same, you might hear about it.
Might hear about it. Well, we heard of a few fans weren't particularly happy with the referee.
No.
Earlier on in this game, we talked about. So I didn't quite catch the second penalty appeal. I know there was that first one where it could have been a handball, but it looked like that one wasn't. What did you make of that? It was
the handball would have been really tough.
Yeah, the
to
handball.
Give.
No,
the handball was really tough to give. You know what? I think there was more in the Nkrumah one. The ref would have. I mean, it's a bit of a cop-out answer, but I think he would have had a better view of it than I. But it was a sliding challenge in the box after losing the ball. Nkrumah basically nicked it off the centre back and was bearing down on goal. Referee judged that Luke Haynes got enough of the ball and it's not a penalty. Did he go through Daniel Nkrumah would be the question, because he definitely touched the ball, but it's whether he got the man first. Definitely more of a claim than the first one, but again, it's not like a stonewall robbery, I would say. And again, it just kind of shows the lack of clear-cut chances that we're even talking about that.
Yeah.
Like, those really shouldn't factor in to our halftime discussion, but we just haven't created enough.
Yeah, definitely. It's been a tough half for the Beavers. It is 1-0 to their opponents, Chippenham Town. Not really much to talk about, but what we can talk about is the game earlier today, Arsenal versus Bournemouth. Should we talk about that?
Let's. I can also just tell you really quickly, we've got 2 other games going on in the Premier League. Obviously, Brentford might be of interest to some of you viewers and listeners at home. Brentford are currently drawing 1-1 with Everton at the G-Tech, and then Burnley are currently holding Brighton to a 0-0 draw as well. But obviously, the early kickoff, Bournemouth 2, Arsenal 1 at the Emirates. Title race takes another turn.
Yes, it does. Obviously, Arsenal not been great recently. Obviously, they got their 1-0 win against Sporting in midweek, but I think that was heavily helped by some Raya heroics. I didn't manage to watch that game, but I managed to watch this game, and I think Bournemouth realistically were good for their result. I
think Bournemouth, obviously, have been a bit inconsistent, loads of draws this year, but they have quality, and they have quality where it matters. I think their signings this summer were really shrewd. I think everyone was worried about losing Kirkes, but Truefair's come in, has been good. The Jimenez on the opposite flank's been good. And then obviously up front, this Junior Krupi, 10th goal as a 19-year-old. I think he's the first teenager to have 10 goals in his debut Prem season since Robbie Keane or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Or at least maybe minutes as well. His minute-to-goal ratio is really, really good, scoring the majority when coming off the bench. And then Ryan been really impressed with the Brazilian winger as well, who looked pretty dangerous today. So Bournemouth and Ryan were very much good value for their win, but realistically it's always going to be about Arsenal from here on out. I think I was talking with you and some of the others about City's and Arsenal's run-in, and I'm of the opinion that the run-ins don't really matter. I know City have a slightly more difficult one, but the biggest opponent that Arsenal are going to face is themselves.
Yeah, well,
basically.
Yeah, they've got to get rid of that label, haven't they?
Yeah.
Spurs obviously had that label, like Spursy, and then they won their trophy, but obviously they might go down. That's a completely different story.
Yeah,
but obviously that might be an even bigger story than Arsenal potentially
Actually,
winning the league.
That is one. Do you think Spurs going down is bigger than Arsenal winning the league?
You've got to say yes, I think.
Yes. I think yes.
That would be funny if Arsenal were to win the league and then not be in the biggest story.
Get overshadowed by their arch rivals doing something terrible. But still, yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting Prem season. I think, do you say the quality's lacked because teams are more close together, or is it the most competitive league we've seen in a while? I'm probably of the former opinion to an extent, but it's certainly been interesting.
It's been interesting. I'm not sure I've enjoyed it as much as I have previous seasons. I thought, not to blame Arsenal here, but I think that their style of play
is not attractive. It's not attractive. They're not exactly blowing teams away. They're bullying them, and you can say it's functional if you win the league. And and here we are, right? City have a game in hand and the game against Arsenal. If they don't win the league, then you can fully, wholeheartedly say that the ends do not justify the means.
No, and you could say that perhaps they don't deserve to.
Exactly.
It's not like people are getting their money's worth for their tickets.
Yeah.
It's like I was fortunate to be at the Everton-Arsenal game with my father, and it was a 1-0 Arsenal win, and it was a penalty, and it was probably one of the most boring games I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's like when you go to watch Arsenal, they're constantly crowding the ref, and don't like it. Don't like it. But anyway, that's enough of Premier League action. We're here for the National League South, and both teams are back out here for the second half. Doesn't look like changes for either side. Are you seeing any changes?
No, not just yet. We still have a few substitutes just out there spraying the ball around, now returning to the bench. Big second half here. Come on, you Beavers. I know Dowson and his coaching staff would have given the boys the right fires. Mike Atkinson G's up his teammates from the middle of the park. Well received, it looks like, as Chippenham going through their last minute activations. And it will be Chippenham to kick off this second half as we shoot towards the Keith Hussey stand.
Yes, the Keith Hussey stand. Of course, well, we scored 2 goals against Farnborough.
Yeah, seen some great celebrations in recent weeks.
Most definitely, especially from Daniel Nkrumah. Can he maintain his goal-scoring record? Yet to go goalless at the Bev. He scored a brace in both his appearances here. Yet to score today, but so are the rest of his teammates. As it's 1-0 to Chippenham Town. Harry Parsons with the goal.
Referee final checks. Waiting for... just making sure both sides have 11. Checks his watch, restarts, and we're off.
It's going to be Luke Haynes to pump it forward. Coming down with snow on it, and it goes out for a throw-in.
There's got to be a better way to restart a football match, surely. We see it every time. I get the PSG thing, but when we have long throws, basically at every club that are so effective, surely you've got to adapt and evolve.
Well, there's this big, like, it's almost like this big hoo-ha about restarts that you don't want to be conceding really quickly off the restarts. You just kind of get it out as quick as you can. But yeah, there must be a better way. But here is Vaz on this near side. Hampden Richmond Borough looking to come from behind here, being 1-0 down at half-time. Looking to drive forward with Atkinson now. But he plays it back to Dewhurst. He's going to look for Harry Gardner out wide. Gardner challenging well there, but he's just missed out. And it's headed home by Reese Fleet. One thing that I would want to see in the second half is a lot more energy. I think, especially towards the end of that first half, we were quite tired. And I think especially since we haven't played since Monday.
Yeah, a lot of these boys didn't feature either.
Yeah, so there's no excuses really as Brendan Kiernan's driving down the left-hand side, showing some of that energy, tries to cross it into the box, deflected, and Henry picks it off well. Will Henry, of course, a former Beaver, was here on loan a few seasons ago, but his goal kick is straight out of play.
Oh, it's well flicked on by Nkrumah.
Kretschmar just trying to cross it in, but he can't quite beat the first man. It's cleared well, but I think that's Haynes in there. Haynes has been everywhere, I have to say.
Yeah, I mean, the captain is certainly leading by example in both boxes with the throw-ins, with everything. It's just been quite impressive from their number 6. That was a really good flick on to find Kretschmar, who was looking for Nkrumah again. Obviously has assisted him on 2 occasions.
But he's going to swing in the corner now. It's a low one. It's Fernandez is there, but he gets a little head on it. It's fallen to Lacey inside the box. Lays it out to Frimpong. We know he can hit him, but decides to lay it back out to Kretschmar. Swings it back into the box. And it's cleared away by Chippenham, but only as far as... I think that's Phillips out there, and Kretschmar puts it out for a throw-in on the far side. It was a dangerous... Fernandez was in there with a bit of a free header.
Yeah, probably the best delivery or best chance from a corner, at least directly, of this game. Fernandez is a threat in both boxes. Came really close against Chelmsford City, hitting the post, but hasn't scored on his return since his return to the Bev. and don't know what it is there. It'll be another throw in for Chippenham Town on the far side. He's being sent back down the line.
Right. Obviously Fernandez had a goal disallowed here, and he did score the following game, but he has yet to score at home as Kretschmar's bursting through here.
Yeah, and I think that goal against Dagenham went down as an own goal in the end anyway.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Oh, that is a shame.
That ball really holds up in the wind.
Yeah, that's one thing I noticed a little bit in the first half, is there is a strong crosswind that's now coming from behind Hampden and Richmond, so maybe that can cause a few issues. Because I know we like to look for Nkrumah, and he might help him.
Yeah, maybe did that factor into Massey's decision to switch sides?
Maybe. Did you think Massey reads the weather report before games?
Yeah, or even just hold off from talking about the weather as Vaz goes forward, but he's lost the ball again. Frimpong wins it back with a solid challenge.
Frimpong trying to beat Wanjao Smith. Finds Vaz inside. Lays it back to Atkinson. Now back with Vaz. Outside the box on the left-hand side. Finds Frimpong in the same area that he bent it before. But he's closed down quickly by Reece Fleet. Can't get a strike away. It's played out wide. Out to Vaz. One-on-one with Wanjao Smith. Looking for a cross into the box. Manages to find it. It's blocked, but falls to Lacey. Frimpong has a strike, but...
What's that? Just got it all wrong. I think he was challenged as he went for it.
I think it's just come off his toe and just it's gone. It's nearly gone out for a throw-in, but his blushes have been spared a little bit, and it's going to be a goal kick to Chippenham Town. But it's better. Already it's better. There's a bit more... Like more crosses going into the box, bit more energy. I just think it needs to be more sustained now. I think we need to keep this up, because I think a goal is coming if we keep this up.
Yeah, like I mentioned, if we do have the majority of possession, and as the rain has started coming down, a bit of a sun shower here in southwest London.
Yeah, it's bizarre.
Yeah, they will tire and space will open up.
And here's Kiernan, one-on-one with Wanjao Smith on the left hand, digs it out, goes in and it's Gardner! And it's a bit behind him and it's gone out for a throw-in.
Took a nick on the way through. I
think it's just been cleared away from Gardner, but now it's in with Nkrumah. Turns his man, tries to get a strike away, and it's saved by Will Henry.
Much better from the Beavers.
Much better. Kiernan using the space he had to get the better of Wanjao Smith, managed to get a cross in with his left foot. Gardner was arriving. There must have been...
Crucial little flick on from one of the centre-backs in there to take it away from Gardner, who was storming in on that ball.
Yeah. As Phillips now wins a free kick for Chippenham Town in a dangerous area. And it's going to be a yellow card for, I think that's Louis Fernandez.
Yeah, yellow card's curious, probably is a foul, but didn't think there was that much in it, to be honest.
We got a couple comments after the break. We got Emily is saying go Beavers and says the watch along's been brilliant.
Cheers.
So thank you very much, Emily.
Hopefully we will have some goals to bring you.
Now, hopefully that is also my girlfriend, so I think she's being supportive.
Oh, so. Well.
But yes, good. Thank you for tuning in, Emily.
Views count all the same.
We take those. But it's going to be Chippenham Town to take this free kick. It's going to be...
It looks like he's going to have a strike.
Yeah, it might be. I think that's Bradbury. With his right foot, is going to try and bend this over the wall and into the top corner.
Ball's moved.
Well, there must be a strong wind out there.
Blustery conditions, yeah. I mean, luckily, I think we're playing with it, so...
But it's going to be a strike.
Yeah, it's up and over, and well over. Never troubling Marcus Dewhurst there.
No, straight into the stands.
He looks to go quick.
It's gone very quick
but
there.
The ball was moving.
Oh, I don't...
The ball, well, it was judged to have been moving. I think it stopped right before he kicked it, but the referees brought it back.
Yeah, I think Dewhurst had timed that to perfection there, but...
I agree.
And of course, no offsides from goal kicks, and Nkrumah was through. But he's going to have to retake it, and he's going to pump it long again. He's just going to do the same thing again, referee. But
yeah, but Chippenham are set. Yeah, well done from Gardner there.
Nkrumah driving down the right-hand side, cuts inside onto his left foot, jinks inside past Bradbury. Tries to find Gardner, but can't quite get it through. And now Chippenham come away with it with Phillips, but
really
Atkinson
well done
does
from
well.
Atkinson. Another good performance from him today. I think he's been a really, really good player for us in this month of April.
Definitely, and I think it means that Frimpong has a bit more license to get forward. As Garner with a great touch inside the box, shoots with his left foot, just goes wide.
Yeah, potentially, could he have laid it off to Frimpong? I don't know. I mean, again, very crowded. Don't mind him getting a shot off, but potentially should have laid that one back.
Yeah, it was a great touch, really good touch to get it under control, but unfortunately couldn't do anything with it. But it's going to be Will Henry to take this goal kick. Temperature has dropped here. I don't quite know what's happened. The sun's gone. Had a bit of rain earlier as well. But Lacey takes the throw in. Bit of head tennis, but it's Frimpong who tries to play it forward, looking for Kiernan, but Will Henry's out well to claim it. 10 minutes gone in this second half. Hampden Richmond Borough looking more bright, but haven't been able to really create anything clear-cut as of yet. But it is looking better, I'd say.
Yeah, 100%. Still trailing to Chippenham 1-0, but I've enjoyed the majority of possession in this second half and have moved the ball a little quicker. Already had a good cross from Kiernan, already had a decent chance from a Nkrumah flick on too.
Here's Chukwu trying to hold off his man, but he loses out to Fernandez. Frimpong tries to get it under control, but just misses out, and it goes out for a throw in to Chippenham Town. Noticeably, Haynes isn't taking it. Maybe they're trying to keep him at centre-back, because he's been probably their best player, I'd say, so far. As Phillips has bustled his way through, pass it, he's getting, I don't know how to describe that, I've lost my words. Ball into the box.
Cleared by Massey, second attempt by Frimpong, and Nkrumah looking to get back.
It's hard
Garner
to describe
with a
these.
little shove and a slightly bigger shove, and it will be a Chippenham free kick. I've just had a look now. Absolutely mental scenes in that Bath Chesham United game. So Chesham did score 2 goals before half-time just. The score hadn't updated on my app, so excuse me. So they went into half-time 3-2 down, then suffered a red card. And Bath City have scored.
Strike from Evans, but it's held by Dewhurst.
Yeah, tame attempt, but again, Dewhurst almost looked to dive really early, and it made it a little uneasy, but comfortable save in the end.
Yeah, comfortable. Dewhurst has had a couple of those where you think at first glance it's an easy save, but he's made them look perhaps better than they needed to be, but
better safe than sorry.
100%.
But yeah, so it's 4-2 Bath in that one. Red card for Chesham United against an already relegated Bath City side. They'll be not best pleased with that. As Kretschmar plays it over the top to Nkrumah. Is he onside? He is not.
He is not. Noticeably, Farnborough winning.
Farnborough have also turned it round again in the first half. A goal in the 44th and then another in the 45th, +1 by Rakesh Bingham, who of course scored here and missed a penalty last Friday. So they're now 2-1 up against Dover.
Yeah, so that's what it must have been on my app when I said that they were winning it up to 17th. But it is 1-0 here, approaching the hour mark, as Phillips drives forward now. Phillips is really causing trouble like he did in the first half. It's hard to commentate on his mazy runs. And it's going to be a throw into Chippenham Town, and Luke Haynes is making the trot forward, and he's going to launch it into the box. Referee just having a few words with one of the substitutes warming up, I think. I didn't really see what happened there.
No, me neither, to be honest, but he's pointing to his watch to let Massey know that it will be added on.
Yeah, unsure what really happened there, but it's going to be a throw, and Luke Haynes is going to launch it into the box. It's flicked on by Chippenham. And it's going to be Parsons, but he's just sliced it and it's gone well over the bar.
Super dangerous. Fernandez had to stoop really low, diving to clear it away. Didn't really get enough on it at all. Falls to Parsons, who really should have done better with that one, shouldn't he? From really close range, just shanks his effort, but that's a huge chance for Chippenham.
Huge chance. I don't know what foot is Parsons' stronger foot, but if it was his left foot, I don't think I want to see that one again. As there's a little push on Gardner there, he's gone flying, landed very heavily onto his back, and nothing doing for the referee, but it looked to me like there was a strong two-handed push on Gardner there when he went up for the header. What did you make of that?
Yeah, aerial duels and challenges are always hard. Some players who commit the foul often go over even harder when they go over the top. Pushes sometimes don't get given. I didn't see it too well. I think you had a better view of that one, but it didn't look like the best fall, to be honest.
Yeah, it looked like he went up for the header, and I don't know who was behind him. I assume it was Will King at left back. Gave him a two-handed shove, and he almost fell over the man in front of him.
Yeah.
But yeah, referee saying no foul, but
linesman was also in the area, could have easily given that one.
Yeah, so odd one, but play goes on. Headed clear by Alan Massey. But it's drilled through. And it's Evans, and he finds Chukwu out here on the right-hand side. This near side, as we look at it, bit of control now for Chippenham with Reece Fleet. Finds Haynes, and he gives it all the way back to Henry in goal. There's a dangerous counter-attack there, and they kind of chose not to use it.
That ball really holds up in the wind now.
Yeah, the wind out there must be really strong. We're quite lucky. We're quite sheltered here, so not suffering from it too much.
Another good challenge from Atkinson to win the ball back. And then an equally good one back in on him.
Kane Bradbury with that one. As it goes out for a throw into Chippenham Town on the far side. Still 1-0 here as we hit 60 minutes here at the Bev. Half an hour left. Can't be long until we see some changes, surely, from Alan Dowson. Looking to change the fortunes of the Beavers as we look to secure safety in the division. As Keane tries to play it through to Nkrumah, but just blocked by Luke Haynes again. It was a heavy touch by the centre-back initially. Foot just fell to Kiernan, but was unable to play it through. Nkrumah would have been in there.
Yeah, almost really broke perfectly for him. But a crucial touch to deny Kiernan the opportunity. Nkrumah's battled hard, but again hasn't really had any clear-cut chances to try his luck.
Yeah, but here's Phillips driving it. Lacey.
Yeah, he gets that one all wrong, hits the building behind.
Yeah, just sliced out of play for a goal kick. But again, Phillips looking bright.
Yeah, he's definitely been probably the most impressive in a blue shirt today, really causing us problems. Arguably should have scored in the first half at the end of one of his mazy runs. The latest shot, not nearly as dangerous, but still very bright, full of energy for the Bluebirds.
It's Kretschmar now playing out to Gardner on the right-hand side. Tries to find Nkrumah with a lovely fit through to Kretschmar. He's won away with the keeper. He has a strike, but it's an incredible block. And I think it's Haynes again.
Oh, I'm not going to lie, I thought he scored. A great little flick from Nkrumah. We've seen it time and time again in his opening 5 fixtures. Plays Kretschmar through, looking to return the favour to his provider from Friday. Kretschmar took his time, lined it up, and Haynes came out of nowhere to block the shot.
It's an incredible block. He probably should have scored, really.
Yeah, but honestly, I don't know how that's not in the back of the net, to be honest. Corner to come.
It's going to be Kretschmar to swing this one in. And it's away. And it's Haynes again. This man is everywhere. I feel like I've said his name so many times. But it's Gardner now, dinking it back into the box. And you'll never guess who cleared it away. But it's only gone as far as Frimpong, who swings it into the box towards the back post.
Decent shape, but too deep.
And it's gone all the way through to Henry.
All of the subs are warming up for Hampton and Richmond Borough, pretty much. See Hayden Vaughan, see Paul Field, see Craig Fassamade, and Rhys Gregor-Cox. 60 into the 64th minute now, and I wouldn't be too surprised if we see some of those changes. Sam Denfield also being told to march over and warm up too.
Yeah, as Frimpong has gone in pretty heavy on Reece Fleet there. Reece Fleet's not very happy with it, that's for sure. I think just a talking to for Frimpong here, no card being given. Just the one yellow card in this game, given to Louis Fernandez for a cynical foul on Billy Phillips early in this second half. Not been too many fouls in general, really, I'd say.
No.
It's been a fairly clean game.
Which, you know, two teams, one fighting to secure safety, one fighting to at least keep their hopes alive. You'd think it'd be a bit more fiery, a bit more intense, but I think that early goal for Chippenham just...
The ball comes out to Bradbury! Dewhurst was stood standing there, and it's just gone wide of the left post.
Yeah, I went quiet because I saw that developing, but then I was left speechless with the effort. I thought that was going to nestle in the far corner for a second. Really dangerous. It's another warning sign for Hampton and Richmond Borough.
Yeah, it was another one. It was just, I think Bradbury just won the ball very high up, and he just had the strike from the edge of the box. Dewhurst was left rooted to the spot, just hoping that it would go wide of the post, and he was fortunate that it just fell wide. As Haynes tries to control it, but
rare mistake from the number 6. Frimpong in space. Can he unleash a strike?
It's his favourite area, but he plays a lovely ball through to Kin to the byline, crosses it in, and Nkrumah was there, but he couldn't quite stick his foot out.
Yeah, it's just missed it. Really, really nice ball from Frimpong to Kiernan. Kiernan did what was required of him and squared it across. I don't really know how Nkrumah's missed that.
I don't know what happened. Could he not quite sort his feet out? Because it looked like the ball was right in front of him.
He went for it with his weaker right foot. Potentially that's why, but, you know, the form that we've seen him in, you probably would have been pretty safe in assuming that he could have at least got it on target.
Yeah, as Gardner's done well there to nudge it past Fleet. And it's going to be fast to have a strike. And he's hit the sight, not the sight screen, the scoreboard. Thinking cricket there, obviously cricket season's just coming up, so I'm in cricket terminology, but Vaz there, a tame effort over the bar really. Maybe frustration setting in.
Yeah, didn't really get his knee over it, it seems. Maybe was trying for a bit of movement, but didn't quite come back down. It rose and didn't get the dip required. Hampden fans trying their best behind the goal to urge their team on, but they haven't had too much to cheer about, unfortunately.
No, a little bit more in this second half, as to be said.
Yeah.
I say Kiernan's really been lively down that left-hand side. He must have had a stern talking to by Dowse as the ball's played to Parsons, but he couldn't quite figure out where it is.
Yeah, if he just had better awareness there, was another decent ball.
Yeah, as Haynes clearing it away yet again. Falls to Jake Evans with a lovely touch, plucking it out of the sky.
A nice touch right under our noses.
Kiernan
over the top, and Nkrumah's going to get there.
Battling with Wilkie there, but he's done well. Tries to play it through to Kretschmar, but he can't quite control it. Not sure he really wanted it there, but it's Atkinson now. Plays it to Frimpong on the edge of the box. Few calls of shoot, but he didn't. But he. I can't feel.
Kiernan on the left-hand side. Cuts in. Now you have a strike.
Fernandez has an effort.
Wasn't the worst effort in the world, side-footed, but powerfully enough from the edge of the box from the centre-back. Another corner for Hampton Richmond Borough, 68th minute, and it remains 1-0 to Chippenham Town as we search for an equaliser. Just a reminder, obviously a win would be preferred, but a draw is enough to secure safety for next season. As Nkrumah has gone down here and is receiving some medical attention. Didn't see anything that happened. I think it was off the ball. Might just be A little muscle issue.
Some of the RGC's been called over, I think.
Reece Gregor Cox comes down the far sideline towards the dugout.
One thing with Nkrumah is he has played a lot of minutes
Yeah, he's
recently.
played a lot of football since coming in. And it's been basically because it's impossible to drop him with his form. But naturally takes a toll on the body. It's just stretching out that left leg.
Looks
Reece
like
Gregor Cox getting stripped and ready.
Looks like he is going to come on, Reece Gregor Cox. As he holds about 1,000 Goal of the Month awards. Hopefully he can score one today. But it looks like he is going to come on for Nkrumah. We hope Nkrumah isn't too badly injured. But it doesn't look like he's going to be able to continue. Gregor Cox was immediately called over as soon as Nkrumah went down. Little pause in play here. Nkrumah's got to his feet now.
Yeah, will they just do it straight away to get someone on for the corner? Looks like they will. So it won't be a brace for Nkrumah, but that was never going to last forever. Decent performance from him again. Potentially not as many shots as you would like.
Yeah, he's had some bright moments. That's what I would say. He's been a bright spark, but often found himself isolated. Often perhaps losing out to Wilkie or Haynes or whoever he's come up against. But he is going to be replaced by Reece Gregor Cox now.
Yeah, I think it's also worth noting that obviously this is definitely an injury, maybe not forced, but at least like injury provoked substitution. So it's not that he was performing badly and needed to come off, but maybe just a bit of precaution as well. And Reece Gregor Cox more than adequate as his replacement, as Kretschmar takes the corner.
It's headed in!
Aaron Lacey! 4 goals in Hampton and Richmond Borough colours! Goes in at the back post!
What a man! What a ball! I think that's the first time we've really seen a ball go across the 6-yard box from a corner. They've all been deep. And Lacey's just got across his man and headed it into the near post. And it's 1-1 now and we're right back in it.
Like you've said, second half has definitely been better. I think we have been good for it. Again, probably not a most vintage performance, especially in recent weeks. But Aaron Lacey, for such a young player, has been super consistent since he's come in. And despite being a defender, he's contributed in both boxes. That's his 4th goal of the season. And I know it was from close range, but really good technique on that diving header to make sure that we capitalise on that great delivery from Max Kretschmar. We're back level, and as it stands, safety is secured. But can we push for that winner?
Absolutely, and there's going to be a change now. It's going to be the goal scorer, Harry Parsons, who's going to come off, replaced by Tom Owen Evans. So the goal scorer, Harry Parsons, scored early in the 11th minute, being replaced by the number 10. But it's 1-1. Aaron Lacey. Corner came in from Max Kretschmar. It was a great delivery. Aaron Lacey managed to get the better of his man and head home. A nice, controlled, low header down towards the ground. 1-1, just under 20 minutes to play here at the Bev.
It's game on. Can we use that for our momentum? I think another sub's going to come on. Is that Paul Field? I believe it is.
Looks like it. Just being told what to do.
Yeah, that's return to action for Paul Field. First time in a long time as well. And now the Beverley faithful in full voice responding to that. Doesn't take much. But now they're singing. That really was a well-worked corner, wasn't it?
Absolutely. It was a great ball in from Max Kretschmar. I I think I don't really know what the thought was with the earlier ones, but we seem to be doing quite deep corners towards the edge of the box.
Yeah.
And quite a few times we get our head on it, but it was often be flicked on or just leaning back. But that one was a lovely ball across the face, and Lacey was on hand to head home.
It was dangerous. You know, it's really close to the keeper, but there's too many bodies for him to come and get it at the back post. It makes the finish for Aaron Lacey. Obviously still need to be in the right place at the right time, but it makes his job so much easier when the ball is served up on a platter like that. And now we have another free kick.
Well, we have an interesting comment here, Jack, from Timothy. He says if it stays like this, Chippenham are down.
Is
that confirmed?
True, yeah.
So they'll be desperate for
especially because
Farnborough are winning, aren't they?
Yeah, because Farnborough are winning. So that would see Chippenham Town on 40. This hasn't updated on my site, but I think that would leave them on 39 points, or 42 points, excuse me, making 49 unattainable, which is what Dover and Salisbury are on right now.
But it's going to be a corner to Hampden.
So they have to push for a winner. They can only win.
Yeah. Which might leave space for the Beavers to grab a winner of their own, but it's going to be an interesting last 15. Max Kretschmar is going to swing this ball into the box. It's a deep one, but Will Henry does well to claim it there. Aaron Lacey's giving him a little nudge there so he doesn't take it quick. Ball out wide now towards Jake Evans, but Frimpong's up there challenging. Vaz plays the ball down the channel. Gregor Cox does really well to win that header up against Haynes.
He's such a good header of the ball, and like the little flicks, especially pound for pound. He's not the tallest, but he gets his head on things all the time, and we will see the introduction of Paul Field.
Paul Field entering the frame. It's going to be for Edwino Vaz. Played very well today. Down that left-hand side, been tireless.
Yeah,
that's one word to describe him, I'd say.
He's another one who's played a lot of football, basically been an ever-present since coming into the side. And again, really, really bright first half, maybe slightly less involved in the second half, but only slightly. And yeah, Paul Field, at more than adequate replacement, hasn't played too much football, but he's his first return to match action in a long while, so it's good to see him back on the pitch.
Yeah, obviously a lot of us did our moments of the season. Paul Field featured a lot in that one, his goal against Dagenham.
Absolutely.
That was my first day here.
What first day? Has it got better? I don't know.
Oh, no comment.
There's going to have to be more space as Chippenham push for a winner.
Definitely, as Wanjal Smith drives inside here. He opts for the back heel towards Fleet, bringing out the skills.
Oh, it's a cheap one.
Yeah, Haynes winning a foul off Gregor Cox there. One thing I've noticed is Paul Field has gone to left back or left wing back, whatever you want to call it.
I think it is, unless we've changed for, I think it is still a 4.
Yeah, it looks like a 4, but normally whenever I've seen Paul Field, he's been operating at right.
Yeah, right. Yeah. He's well, he was initially brought in at the beginning of the season more with centre back in mind, especially in a 3. Very athletic player. Ended up playing right wing back, took to it pretty well, and stuck there for much of the first half of the season. Yeah, I think it's just hasn't played too much out here on the left, but I think in a 4. His defensive capabilities should be more than enough to do a job. Definitely. He's going to get his first touches here. Just playing it back to Dewhurst, whose clearance has gone. It's going to stay on. It's going to stay on. It's more high than long. Kretschmar's booted at Owen Evans there, but no foul given. Pinballing around. Yeah, a bit of pinball there. Lacey just trying to clear it, but it's blocked by Bradbury in there, and it goes out for a throw into Hampton and Richmond Borough on this near side. 78 minutes. Not long to go now. 78 minutes on the clock here.
It's 1-1. Harry Parsons with the early goal in the 11th minute, putting the away side ahead, who, as it stands, are confirmed going down, as there's been an equaliser. Aaron Lacey with the header from the corner to bring the home side level.
Yeah, and it's still, Chippenham is still 2-1 up. Sorry, Farnborough is still 2-1 up away to Dover. Salisbury are losing, but that doesn't really matter. It's that Farnborough result which is all important for the away fans here, as well as the one that we're watching, of course.
And it's Will King marching it forward from left back. I notice there's been a couple subs for Chippenham. Looks like Tom Mayhew has come on, the number 4.
Yeah, and also earlier on as well, there was Tom Owen Evans is on, who actually scored a penalty in the reverse fixture, which was also a 1-1 draw back in August.
So it was a late penalty, was it? If I remember correctly, or was it?
Yeah. Actually, no. I think it wasn't too late. Both of them came in the first half. Wasn't the most eventful game. Ronan Silva nabbed our penalty. Ronan Silva, obviously out for the season with that knee injury, but he is off crutches and was doing some little work in isolation before the game, which is good to see.
Yeah, I saw him doing that. He didn't look too bad. This ball played down the line to Owen Evans. Tries to beat Fernandez.
Well won, Fly Fernandez there.
Very good defending, and it's cleared away, but not very far as it falls to Bradbury.
And as the status quo has been restored, Chippenham have come back into it, forced out of their shell, but they don't look too uncomfortable in possession. They've kind of dominated the ball these past.
Oh, that's a heavy challenge from Lacey.
Nasty
there.
from Lacey.
Off the ball as well. The ball was nowhere to be seen. I think, is that Will King out there who's just been fouled? Both players missed the ball, but Lacey decided to go through Will King out there.
Yeah, a bit of a nasty one. That will be a red unless it was like crazy off the ground, but probably we'll be seeing a yellow here. Maybe not. Yeah. He's at least getting a talking to from the referee.
Yeah, maybe perhaps surprising to not see a yellow card there. It seemed like a hefty challenge.
I think his name is going into the book.
Yeah.
Which is only fair, I think.
Yeah, I think
judging
it's
by
justified.
our reactions, even from over here on the other end of the pitch, it looked like a bit of a nasty one. But more importantly, it gives Chippenham an opportunity from a free kick in the wide area.
It's going to be seems like their all-round set-piece taker, Kane Bradbury, to take it. I don't think he's not taken one all day. I think he takes all of them.
What can they do?
What can they do? That is the question. Bradbury swings it in. It's a really poor ball. I think that's slightly wind affected.
Yeah, it's been completely taken by the wind. He's tried to hit it flat, needs to hit through the ball, and it didn't even enter the box. Yeah,
really, really poor ball, especially with 9 minutes to go here. Can't really be affording that, as referee's just having a few words with Captain Luke Haynes here. Unsure what about.
Yeah, he gestured to the captain's armband there, wondering if he just wants, he's like, I know you're the captain and you're the one who's allowed to talk, but maybe he was doing too much talking, is what I could kind of infer from that.
Perhaps, but there is going to be a change for Hampden and Richmond Borough here. Looks like it's going to be Deadfield to come on for Kwaku Frimpong. A good performance from Frimpong. He hasn't had a lot of space to operate in there, but he has done some good things. He has done great defensive work, been energetic in there.
Yeah, super physical. Obviously, like you said, didn't have as much space to operate in the attacking third, But he obviously played that nice ball to Brennan Kiernan, which created arguably the biggest chance, or one of the biggest chances of the second half. But let's see what Sam Denfield can do, bringing all of his experience in to this final, 7 minutes or so of normal time just to see it out.
Absolutely. One thing I noticed about Frimpong's substitution as the ball's played over towards Gregor Cox, but Haynes comes away with it, was he did the old look away. He wasn't looking at the board, I think.
Yeah.
He was a bit like, oh, what, me? But as the attendant comes up, 933. Another good day of support at the Bev.
Yeah, over 900 is good to see.
Yeah, really good attendance here. To watch a good game of football as the ball comes to Kiernan. It would get even better if we see a late winner. And it's going to be Kretschmer!
With a strike. Whoa, it was dipping right before Henry, but he watched it all the way, pulled his hand away. Probably was more comfortable for the keeper than we would have seen from this angle.
Yeah, I think it was had it covered, I think.
Yeah.
Didn't seem too worried. But had to dive across. Goal kick goes straight out. The wind has really picked up.
It's 3-1 to Farnborough, meaning any chance of Chippenham staying up rests on them finding something in these final minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Not long left to go now.
Flicked on Gregor Cox, Kretschmer.
Do you think they know?
Yeah, they would have to know. Yeah.
Do you think they know? Yeah.
100%. They would have to. That'd be like gross negligence if they did. Into the 85th minute now, and it will be a throw-in. Gregor Cox has gone over for a long throw. There's only 2 Hampton and Richmond Borough players in the box to receive. Now people slowly make their way into it.
Yeah, it looks like we're happy for a draw here,
yeah.
But obviously a draw keeps us up. So
it's gone into Gardner. Can Gardner win something? Oh, he's thought he almost got away from his man inside the box, but instead runs out of room, and it will be a goal kick. There's going to be space on the counter here. There must be.
Yeah, Chippenham surely going to put plenty of men forward because they need that winner to at least have a chance of staying up. They might not stay up anyway, but to be in with a shot, they have to win here. It's going to be a throw into Hampton and Richmond Borough. Paul Field is going to take it on the left-hand side. And it's a long one towards Kretschmer, but Wanjao Smith clears it away. And Louis Fernandez pumps it forward. Gregor Cox is after it. But Wilkie wins the chase, and he wins a throw-in for his side. Only 4 minutes left. 1-1 here. A point secures survival for the Beavers. Another season, an 11th season in the National League South. As the ball comes to Bradbury. Haynes tries to head towards his keeper. Gregor Cox was lurking, but Henry comes out to claim.
Oh, that's poor.
Really poor from Haynes. Gives it away, and it's Kretschmer now, but he does well win it back. And Wanjao Smith nicks it around the corner, and it's Birch now, the second half substitute. But he's giving it away to Paul Field. And the ball stayed in.
Yeah, I guess it stayed in. Kretschmer's done well.
Kretschmer's in here. Squares it to Grace. Gregor Cox!
Oh my God!
What a save!
How's that stayed out? What a save. Danger's not away. Haynes doing really good.
That is an unbelievable save.
Point blank range. Gregor Cox thought he scored after the square ball from Kretschmer. And Henry just stuck a right hand at it and kept it out.
I don't even think he'd known that he'd saved it.
And it cannoned off his right hand. I thought it initially hit the post. It came out with such force. What a save that is to keep his side in it with a glimmer of hope.
if Chippenham go on to win this game, they'll be thinking of that.
100%.
Because that is a ridiculous save. Rhys Gregor-Cox was almost celebrating before he took the strike. But it remains 1-1 here.
Yeah, I can't believe I could genuinely. I'm still in shock from that, to be honest.
I'm wondering.
Also,
everyone switched off.
Well, right in front of us, Paul Field cleared it up the line. I think a lot of players, myself included, thought that ball had gone out of play, but it was kept in. Kretschmar then beats his man really well, darts into the box. Gregor-Cox is there at the back post. Everyone's like, well, suddenly he's in acres of space and he must score. But Will Henry had other ideas.
Yeah. Great challenge in there by Sam Deadfield. But it comes out to Wanjao Smith on the right-hand side for Chippenham Town. He crosses it deep into the box, but it goes all the way through. Will King tries to make something of it, but it's cleared away by Harry Gardner. And Rhys Gregor-Cox just tries to keep it in, but can't quite. It's going to be a yellow card for Rhys Gregor-Cox here, just delaying the restart, kicking the ball away a little bit.
Yeah, we're into the 89th minute now. Well, now we're into the 90th.
Yeah.
Let's see how much added time will we have.
Maybe a little bit. We did have that Nkrumah injury earlier in the game and quite a few substitutions.
Nice bit of skill from Kiernan.
Lovely little bit of skill from Brendan Kiernan. Gives to pass the ball off to Atkinson. I do find those bits of skill a bit pointless, if I'm honest. He could have just passed it, but...
There's going to be a substitution before we see the added time. Hayden Vaughan is going to enter the fray. Again, potentially, is that just to take some time off the clock? And it will be Harry Gardner to make way, who again isn't seeing the board, potentially tactically.
Yeah. Oh, he doesn't know. Oh, that's superb acting.
Yeah, it was good from him. Good from him.
Superb acting. I'll give him an A at GCSE drama. Another good performance from Harry Gardner. Obviously, he was out the side for a long time, but he seems to have found his feet in this new role. On the right-hand side, being able to come in. Not his best game today, but another solid one.
Yeah, solid. You need that 7 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10, with the occasional 8s in there, rather than really fluctuating. Not saying he was, but I think it was just, like you said, solid if unspectacular, but sometimes that's all that's required. And
it's Rhys Gregor-Cox now. And he finds Kiernan driving into the box. Can he get a shot away? He does! And it's wide.
But a deflection.
It's going to be a corner, and there's going to be 5 minutes left in this game. 5 minutes of stoppage time. The fourth official has signalled. And I think... Is that Rowan Ince getting stripped?
He's only made 6 appearances all season, so there's a few. You're not the only one with that tinge of curiosity in your voice, but he does exist.
The lesser
he is not a myth.
And he's appearing.
And actually, something to note as we're holding this corner in the corner. Rhys Gregor-Cox holding off a few men, more than a few men. He's done really well there. Combination of him and Hayden Vaughan. Still the ball stays in play, and it will be a Hampden Richmond Borough throw-in.
That is just superb.
That was a good 30 seconds, if not more. And Rowan Ince,
I'll tell you what he's good for. He's good for holding it in the corner.
Exactly. He's obviously really neat and tidy midfielder, but he's also got a large frame on him, really physical profile. Will be great for just that if he does come on.
Yeah, and that's another 30 seconds. And is it a foul? No, it's a free kick the other way.
Free kick the other way, but we will see Rowan Ince enter the fray for only the 7th time this season, I believe. Is he replacing Max Kretschmar?
He is. And Rowan Ince is entering the field for the first time in a long while. We've seen this man. Been out with injury, and it's great to see him back. Not long left to go here. That substitution taking place in the 93rd minute. So a little over 2 minutes left to play here. A draw as it stands will keep Hampden and Richmond Borough in the division, and Chippenham Town will be relegated. Ball very much in a favourable area for Hampden and Richmond at the moment, as Rohan Ince gets his first touch, winning a header. It's
well
cleared
done.
away by Louis Fernandez. Under 2 minutes now. Some serious clock watching will be going on the field, I imagine.
Ince again wins an aerial duel. Not long to go now.
Can Hampden and Richmond hold on?
Chippenham struggling against the wind as well. All of their long balls are just holding up. Kiernan's in now. Can he get the
Wilkie?
Oh, Wilkie actually does really well to recover. He had a lot of his shirt, but I think he did just enough to keep his body in front of Kiernan's that he got away with it.
Yeah, I think it was one of those ones where he just let go at the right time. Did enough to hold him off after a heavy touch, which let Kiernan in originally. Ball forward by Chippenham. Paul Field clears it away.
Field clears into the final minute here at Beverley Stadium.
Just everything being launched forward now. It's Tom Haynes up there. Wins the header. Alan Massey clears it away at the last minute.
Owen Evans was running onto it, and crucial from Massey. Gregor Cox has it now.
Just holding it up well. No need to go forward.
Really good there from the experienced forward. Less good from Deadfield, who plays it out of play.
Well, it's fine. We'd rather him play it out of play there than anywhere else.
Fewer than 30 seconds.
This will likely be the last attack for Chippenham Town as Will Henry launches it forward. Looking for Haynes, but Lacey gets up well to clear. Atkinson gets it forward now.
Deadfield onto Gregor Cox.
Last 5 seconds on the clock. This will be it.
Referee.
And the ball goes out of play.
Out of play. Is that it? Is that enough? Is the whistle in his mouth?
Gary Horgan was fuming at Wilkie for that pass. Raging. And it's going to be a long throw forward from Lacey. No sign of the final whistle yet from the referee. He's had a glance at his watch and he's saying take the throw.
Surely this is it now. Next time the ball goes out of play.
Throw-in's taken. It goes out for another throw to Chippenham this time.
Almost a minute.
Haynes is saying give it to me. I'll pump it into the box from here.
Oh, he's thrown it out of play in desperation.
Did that ever go on? Does it really matter? Probably not. But
yeah, well, it must have, because it's a Hampden Richmond Borough throw.
It's cleared forward. We're into the 90th.
And there it is!
There it is! 1-1. Full time here at the Bev. Hampden and Richmond Borough get the result they need to stay in the division. Chippenham Town are relegated. As long as Farnborough have stayed winning, I think they have. What a game. Harry Parsons with a goal in the 11th minute to put the visitors ahead, but it was pegged back in the 75th minute. Aaron Lacey with the goal from a corner to give the Beavers that point. I think they rise into 17th place. Jack, talk to me. What are your thoughts?
Well, it was far from vintage, but it didn't need to be. We said we need to come in, take care of business. A win would have been great, a point would have done, and a point has done. We confirm our 11th consecutive season in the National League South after that one. There was work to be done at half-time, and in the second half we did come out an improved side. Again, didn't create too much, but we got it done. We did enough. Max Kretschmar, a crucial corner delivery. Aaron Lacey, how impressive has he been since coming in from Oxford United on loan? Gets his 4th goal of the season, and that's enough to draw us level and enough to see us stay up. As the players have gone over to the fans, as well as Alan Dowson, and now the celebrations can begin.
Absolutely, as you say, it probably wasn't the best game to watch. Probably not one for the neutral. But it's all that you need, and all we needed was that point, and we got that goal from the set piece. 2 set piece goals, really.
Yeah, seeing those celebrations in there now, in that Keith Hussey stand, I don't think they care one bit about the result, about the performance, or how that point came. All that matters is that it did come, and Hampton and Richmond Borough are here to stay.
Absolutely. Well, that has been the watch along, and it's been a great watch along. Obviously, this is our penultimate one. We've got one more to come.
More. April 25th versus Enfield Town. That can have a real celebratory feel about it. So come down to the Bev, get your tickets nice and early. Sure to be a grand occasion for the final game of the season. Yeah. Well, I've been Jack Lonergan.
I've been Paul Edwards.
We'll see you next time.
In a bit.